and welcome to Glitch Happy Hour GH2. As you know, I'm going to look down here for a second because I'm a geek. Glitch. Actually, that's not even the right one. We're going to hide that because I came up with a new cool way to show. And then we've got our guest, co-host today, which I'm going to bring up. She gets to see her cool new graphic. Yeah. So you get to meet Sarah.
Hey, guys.
And Erin's actually here, so I'll pop up Erin's anyway, but she's just in the background. And she's playing producer partially today. But welcome to the show. You get to enjoy.
Thank you for having me.
And if you're out there, I mean, it's funny. I've got a thumbs up, but viewers, you got to reshare for me, Erin.
I did. I shared it already.
Since I didn't get mine. So hi, if you're new out there, definitely say hi. Just like our normal stuff, you can ask questions. We're going to talk about craft beer today. Normally we can talk about craft beer, wine, cocktails, and all that, but today, it's going to be kind of special. We're going to go over just three different craft beers. They're not all Iowa craft beers this time. But if you're drinking, we want to hear what you're drinking, so tell us. But otherwise, we might be doing a little impromptu. We'll see if it works. We might be doing a little impromptu broadcast later. So
yeah, that doesn't happen. Impromptu? Never.
Yeah, so it might come through. We might be doing a little something out on the town for a few minutes. But so you might see another post a little bit later tonight when we do that, but we'll talk about that later. But we should probably we'll just start talking about beer and going into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because then I can tell people subscribe, follow us, all that, but we'll get there. Let's go into the alcohol first because that's way more fun.
Drink first, talk later.
Yeah,
that's how that works, right?
Yeah, that works for me. So
right.
Which one do we want to do first?
Well, honestly, I think Easy Eddy is probably the first one we should do.
All right. Well, now we're going to let everyone know, again, that we're talking about Easy Eddy. So we're going to be opening up Easy Eddy from Big Grove and just kind of show a little bit on that. Easy Eddy. Ooh, cool. I'm actually going to
making a mess.
Move these around.
Don't mind me.
Give everyone a cool little idea of the color. So I'm going to pop that up there and switch over to show you guys what that kind of looks like, the coloring on it. Again, if you're new out there, say hi. But there's just kind of the coloring on there. I of course, normally have my handy-dandy iPad up and running, and I completely forgot to do it. So that says a lot for me today.
Making a mess.
So we'll go ahead and switch over and show that. So there's our Easy Eddy. It's a New England IPA, and it just kind of shows you a little bit on there. The style, they talk about it being kind of juicy, smooth, citrus.
Yep, this is a nice, easy drinking IPA. If you're not typically an IPA drinker, this is a good one to start with. I never used to be an IPA drinker. In fact, I really, really, really didn't like them. But I have made myself continue to drink them and try new ones, try different styles. And so this is something that, for me, it's pretty crazy to be able to say that I actually like IPAs now. So, like I said, it's you just keep trying, and you will find a style that you like. Well, you might, I should say. I won't say you will because,
So just for fun, I'm going to show everyone a little bit of what a New England IPA is. So we're going to bring up some info. And let you know, New England Indian Pale Ale are a style of IPA invented in Vermont in the early 2010s. As you can see, they're characterized by juicy citrus and those types of flavors. You hear that quite often. And they're not as piney as normal IPAs. That's where people don't always like IPAs because they associate that with bitterness.
Yes.
But if you want, I could pop that back up again because it kind of went away quickly. So we'll just say, hey, come on back. But you can kind of see how that's achieved. Different yeast, different timing of the hops, and adjusting the chemistry of the water is kind of how you get it. Any IPA, or sometimes I hear it still referred to as a hazy. But hazies can be so many different things now.
Yeah, exactly. Some of them are crazy hazy, where you can't even. This one's got some clarity to it, but some of them you can't even see through at all. It's almost look chalky. But this one is, like I said, nice, easy drinking IPA.
Yeah, I like this one. I'm gonna come over here for a second. and switch to the handy dandy, not an iPad, but the screen share here. Maybe. No, I'm not. I lied. I'm not switching to screen share because I didn't have it set up. I'm not going to show the Untapped supporter there, but I am going to bring up Big Grove's webpage just because the other one didn't show the ABV. This is a 6%. It's available year-round, but more specifically, this shows the hops they use, the Mosaic and Simcoe hops. And a really cool thing, they won the 2019 Open Beer Championship. So this one's a double dry hopped hazy IPA is what they call it, but it's still a New England IPA. But
So Big Grove's out of, well, they have a huge tap room in Iowa City, but then their original brewery is in Solon. So this is an Iowa brewery. I guess funny fact. The color TV that we got to drink the other day. Well, I suppose it's been a little longer than the other day, but that was actually hand delivered from a friend of mine in Cedar Rapids. So
very nice. So I'm going to fix something real quick on there. I'm always playing around with devices and phones. Say, did you share on
those
mine?
techies. What do you do?
No, I'll share on mine. I'll share on mine. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. But no, yeah. Like I said, you can see the tone. If I flip back over, still like just showing that color tone. Maybe. And the Iowa Craft Beer fam. Because we like to... I've been told I'm not allowed to call them the craft beer kids anymore. Oh. And that I shouldn't necessarily call them the fam either. Like, Aaron wants it to be the duo. I want it to be...
you could call them craft beer crew.
Yeah, well, yeah, the craft beer crew
could
work pretty good. I almost still want to call them, the craft beer miners, but I was told that's not acceptable either. So because of that...
Well, and honestly, the dude he's got a beard. Come on. Not that teenagers can't have beards. In fact, anymore it seems like, yeah.
He kind of, if I flip back, because I'm just for fun. If I flip back, if you watch Stranger Things, for some reason, somewhat with the hair and if it was a little bit longer, if I could get the, not quite mullet, but the longer version, it reminds me of the not so nice brother.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm pulling a blank on his name. But
Billy?
Yes, Billy. It reminds me of Billy. Who gets Billy from that? Hopefully, since we have a whole bunch of viewers right now. That's the one thing about doing it at 5. We normally do these later, and I think most people are on a Saturday at 5. They might be.
It's all good.
They're not. They're going to catch it on the replay, which is fine.
Yeah.
Oh look, I'm getting all sorts of stuff now.
You're pulling a Brian.
Yeah, I am pulling a Brian. But they're going to catch it on the replay. But I say you guys are going to hear it now, which is fine. Because I'm just going to tell people to come join. Because why not? I'm getting all sorts of stuff now. Yeah.
You're pulling a Brian.
Yeah. See. Yeah. All right, we're gonna stop doing that. No more of that. No more of my.
He's so distracted. Look at him.
No more of my tomfoolery.
You and your toys.
But yeah, I would say so. Most people give this an average rating of 3.98. Friends of mine have given it an average rating of 3.7 or 3.7, 4.31, and it looks like I've average rated it a 4 in the past. But I used to score things kind of higher.
Rate? See, that's I suppose 3. That's for me. I'll be honest. I'm not good about doing my Untapped. I get yelled at. JT yells at me all the time for not doing my checking in my beers.
Well, for fun, if I switch over here and we just show, you can see my average rating, which is a lot of fun to show. But with that, I'm kind of now starting to change the style that I do this, only because I used to rank it a little bit more on the whole, enjoying the process that they did, not necessarily that I enjoyed the beer. So I've now changed that.
Right.
So some of these will get ranked a little different. And a lot of the time I had Easy Eddy, as much as I love it, I had Easy Eddy a lot when I was new to hazies. So at that point, they hadn't been. There was only so much to compare them to.
Right, and what, you will find that the more you drink, the more your palate changes. Mm-hmm. And I'm a perfect example. Like I said, I used to hate IPAs. Still can't find myself doing Hefes. I don't like Hefeweizens all that well, but I also just don't care much for. I get too much of the licorice. If I can get more of the banana flavor on a Hefeweizen, I'll do it. But generally speaking, Hefeweizens and I don't get along. But so,
Which I will say, just as a throw out, you can tell I got this from Beer Styles. And so I'll throw that out there because if Brian catches on the
crowler
replay,
format.
he'll be really happy that I pitched here. Go ahead and show the crowler. Yeah. What's really great is let's compare that to a normal can. It's so much bigger.
So this is the same size as a regular, like a 32-ounce growler, except it's in the can form. It's a lot more economical to put together. And any one of the 110 beers on tap at Beer Styles, you can get a crowler of for the most part. So.
And it's sealed.
Yes.
It's sealed much better, so it can last a little bit.
Right, exactly. More. Versus if you get just a regular growler, there's no duct tape going on with this.
So if you had to rank it, considering you have to go in 0.25 increments, what would you rank this one?
Honestly, for me, like I said, it's a good, easy drinking IPA. I would put it at a 4, just for me personally, just because nice. I'm still not a huge IPA fan. Obviously, I'm expanding now. Heck, I even like sours now. I used to absolutely hate those too. So,
nice.
Bottom line, when you're drinking beer, keep trying. Because you might find something that you never would have expected that you like. So
nice.
Yeah.
It's like the Meet the Robinsons. Keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
Nice.
A little more. Aaron?
But if you're new out there, let us know what you're drinking. We'd love to know what you're drinking. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving forward. But I do want to show, I always love showing the fun little facts of what to drink with this one. So this one is a New England IPA. And with that means you'd put it normally into a regular pint glass. You can serve it differently if it's a double IPA, because you can have a double IPA hazy. It's possible.
Yep, absolutely.
But if you're just doing a normal, you just pour that into a normal pint glass or one of them that has the mini bubble, not the tulip style.
Yep.
You can. It's just, really, it's a beer. You can pour it in whatever you need to. But to get the most out of it, it's normally in this family of glasses.
Yep.
Is where you want to go. So that's most of your stouts, lagers, and IPAs. So just wanted to show that on there. Otherwise, we should probably almost start thinking on the next beer that we want to do.
There we go.
Which we'll give a...
What did you rank this one?
I actually lowered mine. I do like it. I went from a 4 down to a 3.75. And don't get me wrong, I like it. I've just had a lot of hazies now, and hazies aren't as high on my list as they used to be. It just happens. So I'll pop that up over here. So we're going to talk on our next one. And our next beer is a cool one. And it's brand new out this week. It's the Batch 1252 Confluence. If I flip over here, we'll do a little fun share. We'll pop that down so it's not in the way. But
it's got some floral.
It's a 9.5% ABV, which is kind of crazy for a double New England IPA. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got some kick to it, that's for sure.
It's a little up there.
Yeah.
And again, what I always like, normally if you go to a Confluence one, they have a ton of details. This one, no stories, no detail.
Really?
Nothing cool like that. But I'm going to borrow the can from you too. So I'm going to steal that. And I'm going to pop over here and just kind of show it on the beer cam. And, well, one, you get to see the color. But we'll slide that out. And you can see the fun can there. It's that metallic, cool hops, Des Moines skyline in the background. They always do some really cool artwork there. I like the little kind of pattern into the city line there. I'm always a big fan of that. Their design firm, which I think is 818 Design, does some amazing stuff. I was talking to them for logos and all that, but they do a really good job. Because of that, they're rightfully so expensive. But I'm not saying it's bad. It's just rightfully so. And then, again, I always like to show on Untapped. There's always just some fun. You can kind of see the can on that one. I'm stealing Chris G's photo. But you got credit. And what you could tell, they've opened up their, if you're out in that area, they have opened up their brew area. So, or they're outside, their outside patio. So you can kind of see these are people enjoying out on the patio. That's Confluence in the background. So if you're in that area, you can go enjoy it. And I really love this glass. I want to steal that one.
That one is cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to pop off of there. Come back to us because, let's face it, we're the important ones.
Of course.
We'll bring this right back up. So
the notes on here, it talks about hazy blonde double IPA. Let's see. Nelson Sauvin hops. Complex fruit flavors running the gamut from peach, mango. I'm not catching any of the peach or the mango.
I get a little.
I don't get the coconut either. Cotton candy, I'm not sure where they're getting that because soft resin wrapped up in a sticky malty body with a soft mouthfeel. I don't know. To me, this one's a little more smacky in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely good. I will say this is one of them that you can pour into this glass, which happens to be a Confluence glass. What I really like about the Confluence glass is they put the beer making process on it. It's hard to see. If I flip over to this cam again,
I get the mango.
you can kind of see.
Yeah, I probably get mango more than I get any of the other flavors. Here, you
can kind of see on there.
I wonder if you can put it in the.
Well, if I put beer in it, you'd be able to see.
Yeah,
it.
I was going to say either that, but the white will.
But you get the idea. Yeah, you get the idea on it. But this is the style of glass that you would put a double, even if it's a hazy, a double IPA into. This is the style, especially the heavier.
Yeah.
The heavier the alcohol.
Yes.
You can kind of get away with that.
Part of the reason is you would generally do a smaller pour on something with a higher alcohol content, so that people aren't, each pour you get isn't going to knock you on your tail feather.
You might be able to make it through the night, as opposed to go home on your first beer.
Woo!
But
put that in a boot.
I'm going to pop up some cool, fun info because we have some cool info about double IPAs. So while we're looking at it, they are straw or deep in color. The style has a varying degree of cloudiness, starch, yeast, hop, all of that fun stuff you can read. It has a hazy appearance. That's true. And, it'll include a small amount of oat, wheat, and other adjuncts that kind of attribute to the haziness. And, of course, because of the style, juicy is always used as a name on there. In fact, again, I'm going to pop that up one more time because it never hurts. In case you want to read a little bit more. Maybe you do. I'm not trying to hide shit. Sorry. Let's see. Here you go.
You're fine. I'm good. I'm good. Hide me all you want.
We'll get it to pop up from the bottom wherever on it. But you can see what makes an India Pale Ale. I could always pause that, but what's the fun in that?
No,
So
read fast. Read fast.
But you can kind of see what makes a double IPA or a double hazy IPA. What's funny is your hazies are always going to be an IPA, pretty much. I don't think there is a hazy that's not an IPA of some sort. But
I can't think of anything that's,
which I don't mind, because really when we talk about it, everyone says, I hate IPAs. Not everyone. People who love IPAs love IPAs. Mm-hmm. I love IPAs. But a lot of people say they don't because of the bitterness. And again, if you switch to trying a hazy, which a lot of IPAs nowadays are hazy. In fact, if you get it on the menu, I know when I was at Beer Styles not that long ago, mm-hmm. we were trying to find something that wasn't hazy.
Yeah.
Ordered something and thought it was not going to be a hazy, and it came out so hazy.
Yeah.
It was so citrusy. It was great. It was still a great beer. Yeah. But it was hazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I was trying not to have a hazy because so many people are putting out hazies right now.
Yeah.
But
it's the trend.
Yeah.
So,
And it's not as bitter, though. It definitely,
Agreed.
You get a lot of
IBUs aren't always, that's not the end-all, be-all of a beer. So, no, obviously, it's one of those things where you can use that as a factor when you're looking at a beer and deciding whether it's one that you want to try. I have a friend who, she's very particular and won't go above a certain level on the IBUs. And I'm like, well, The only problem with that is there are some stouts even, and she really likes stouts. There are some stouts that get kind of high up there on the IBUs, but because of the maltiness of the beer, it really kind of downplays the IBUs. So it's kind of interesting how that can work out. And I think that's why you'll find that with hazies and with doubles, more with IPAs. That bitterness is not quite as sharp with those kinds. So
hide that away. Is it a hazy or hosey?
Hosey.
We've pitched.
Hey, hoser.
I say, and we've pitched beer styles a few times. You're a little late to the game now. We've actually pitched it a few, but of course, this one is brand new out from Confluence. I suspect, though, if you really want to go down to wine styles and ask them, they'll carry stuff if you want it.
Honestly, we might be a little behind in getting some of those.
You really get it pretty quick.
But yeah, I mean, when it comes to Confluence, we have a pretty good relationship with
that
Confluence,
reminds me.
So
while I'm thinking on it, I'm going to bring up a little quick, because I got a handy dandy email from Brian. This was it this morning? I think it was this morning. So I'm going to bring up my handy dandy email. Maybe. Wait for it. You could tell I was overly prepared today.
it happens.
But I'm going to bring up my handy dandy. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Maybe.
Hosey beer is the next trend. Oh, Brian.
I like that.
Is that, does it have to be a garden hose? Is that how that becomes a hosey beer?
Here we go.
It goes through the garden hose?
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to bring up. So I'm gonna, with this permission, has tears.
It has tears. It's not torn, Brian, I promise you.
So I'm going to switch over to my email here because I can. But I just want to show there was some cool stuff that came in at Wine Style. So just saying how they get some really cool stuff in. You don't have to wait for it. Here's some that about intros will be on a future show because we bought one.
Oh yeah, and it is so
check out those.
tasty.
I should have brought this up while we were doing the Big Grove, while we were doing Easy Eddy. Look, there's two more Big Grove. Technically 3 because they had a collaboration. That Into the Woods is a collaboration. But you can see there's a double IPA hazy. There's another hazy IPA. And then, like I said, the about intros, there's a little that's for beer people, which you should go join the beer club for the intro about intros. Because then
beer club only right now. There were only how many of those made?
There's not many.
Yeah, there was only so much of it that was bottled, and we've gotten kind of a special purchase on that, so that is for club members only.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Andrew. We love the bar too. We're still working on it.
It's always a work in progress. 90.
There was
okay,
90
only 90 made. So yeah, that's why I said.
Which I will say, for you should definitely, if you get the chance, you should definitely join the beer. Well, you should join the wine club. You should join the beer club.
Yes.
I'm a member of both. We're actually looking at adding on the premium or the. Well, now I just heard cheese. I guess I'm adding on a cheese club and a premium and the quarterly and a probably whatever other club they come out with because.
And we have a Bubbles Club too.
Yeah. And if you're new into stuff, there's a whole Discovery Club.
Yeah, the Discovery Club.
Which is great. You know, I love everything I've ever learned at Wine Styles. But I will say, when I started, there wasn't a Discovery Club. And we discovered by going through it.
Are we taking questions? Of course.
We're always taking questions.
Wait, depends. Brian, if it's you, maybe not.
I'll say, we're taking them with bated breath. And filtered through our producers.
We'll see about that one.
I do have a bleep on this side. No.
Okay, you're playing. Now you're playing. Oh goodness.
I feel like
he's playing Jared.
I feel like they do have feelings.
Of course, they have feelings. Every living being.
They don't. Feelings. They don't matter, but they have feelings.
Who says?
They're the rats of the sky.
Well, okay, I suppose.
And anyone who's lived in New York.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Brian, yes. I agree, Andrea.
I say, yeah. Anyone who's ever lived in New York, especially New York City.
Yeah, okay, I see your point. Yes, okay, I see your point there.
And being a New York kid, they're the rats of the sky.
See, every time Brian McGinnis joins, it goes off the rails.
In a good way. In a good way. I enjoy it. It makes it so much more interesting. And again, for anyone else, if you're new here, say hi, join in the fun. We're going to keep talking about craft beers. But while I'm thinking of it, just to give you a little background on what Glitch 2600 does, on our normal days, we cover technology and geekery. This is our craft beer our GH2, our happy hour.
That's part of your geekery. You geek on craft beer and why.
Yeah.
It's cool.
We love it.
Geekery's good.
But on the other times, we do talk about different technology, photography, computers. I'm an IT guy and been for many, many years. So we have our kind of Tech Tuesdays. That's not always going to be Tuesdays. We're still looking for a name. But that's kind of a Q&A time. You come in, you can ask your questions, and get them answered live on the air, free. You can also
send them in ahead of time.
Yeah, and just pop on the Facebook page, hit a like, send us a message. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to us there. Still send a message. We'll answer those questions. You just let us know if you want it to be kept private or not. We won't bring you into it. We'll answer the question live on the air, but we won't mention you. And then I'll let you know that we answered them. We also have our Bits and Bites. Bits are little 2 to 5 minute segments of how to do little things that you normally need to know. How to clear your Wi-Fi.
Time on the VCR.
Yeah, how to set the how to put in the time on your microwave. How to pop popcorn. No, yeah, we talk about all those. Where our bites are longer segments. That's where we deep dive, like picking the right Wi-Fi router. What's Wi-Fi 6? What's a mesh? Do you need a mesh? Do you have a lot of internet connected devices or IoT in your house? Well, right now we have a League of Legends, which is a gaming series, set of those going out because we have an in-house gamer /
That's
expert
your
in it.
I was going to say that's your in-house expert. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he does train with a professional coach who's trained people who have gone on to, I do not even know there was nationals for the longest time.
What?
And it's
There's
part of the whole
nationals
esports movement. Well, yeah, if they're curious, they can go check out the videos. We talk about that.
All right.
But that's what we do the rest of the time. Otherwise, this is
the fun time, though. We drink beer.
Yeah, we just drink and talk about
right?
fun stuff.
Or wine. Wait, because
Well,
today's no
eventually-
wine. Yeah, today's no wine, but...
Yeah. Now, I will say we are still working on a logo and all that fun stuff. But if I'm going to just say it now. If you help us come up with a cool, Tech Tuesday idea, then when I do get a logo completed, whether I build it myself or pay for it because I'm somewhat lazy, then I will make sure some cool type of swag eventually comes your way. It can be a shirt, it could be a band, it might be a coaster, it might be a bottle opener. I don't know. You'll get something cool, and I'll send it to you. If you help me come up with a cool name for our Tech Tuesday or Tech TV. Throwing it out there. We already have GH2, we already have Bits and Bites, so that's already figured out, so that's all I'm going to say.
There you go.
And again, we're also going to let you know there might be a little sneak peek, little extra fun happy hour after show.
The PS.
Later tonight. Yeah.
The postscript. There you go.
I like that. But yeah, I like this one. What would you rate it there, sir?
It wasn't my favorite. I would probably put it more in that 3 realm just because, again, I'm more... It had a little bit more of the typical IPA flavor that I'm not as a fan of. But hey,
yeah,
to each his own, right?
And I would agree. I like a lot of Confluence. They're coming out with 1 to 2 to 3 beers a week right now.
Yeah, they're going crazy.
And I've got more info from when we talked. I'll bring it on, some later shows. We're not going to go too much into it today. We're just having fun talking. But I do have background for when they open. I did take a photo while I was there that I could bring up if need be to show that back wall. But I think since we know we're going to cover another Confluence next week, I'll just pop it up then. Because they're coming out with a Confluence, like I said, every week, which means we're buying one about every week. Although now that the back area is open,
yeah,
I don't necessarily have to buy all of them to try them. I can go there and try it.
Taste,
so we'll see. I don't know. That's a good question.
Aaron,
what is Aaron's rating?
So I liked it better last night.
You can come a little closer.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, I did too. I did too. I liked
it better last night, I think, because we started with it.
Yeah,
because
versus
it came after the
Yeah.
Easy Eddy tonight. It's
Yeah.
not as high on my list. Last night I would have given it about a 4.5.
yeah. If yep. So now we know.
Yeah.
Start with that
Yeah.
one versus.
And I think it matters what you pair it with. A lot of times, just like wine and
Absolutely.
other ones, beer matters and now what you pair it with, what the right food combination is for it. Which one of the ones we're going to get to in a bit, we have a good food recommendation for it. But one of the things that I really loved on the show last night at Wine's House is that we kind of had pairings that could go with a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
So as we popped up that info, there were some pairing suggestions. And if you're on Wine Style's blog page, which for the longest time, I don't know why I didn't realize there was a blog page. Only when I started helping did we find a blog page. Man, that should just be like on every card out to people because there's tons of great information on there of what to pair it with.
Brian.
This actually always throws me off. I will say this question.
I
It's neither a
agree.
pea nor a nut because it is a nut.
Actually, no.
Is it
It's a
not?
legume.
As the legume.
It's a legume.
They say we had that question.
What?
The pea is neither a pea nor a nut. And I said, I
Well,
got to figure
peanut-
out why.
No, the peanuts they're neither pea or a nut, and so
Yeah.
they're a legume.
They're a legume.
They're more like a
bean.
potato.
Bean or potato.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Oh, yeah, because they do grow in the ground.
Yeah, they grow.
Oh,
Yeah, just like potatoes do.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I will say, for this one, I did rate it a 3.5 this time. Like I said, I'm
Yeah.
being a little bit more.
Yeah. Well,
I'm more like the French judge now. Or the
the
Dutch
French
one.
judge. What?
Which one? For when you go to the Olympics, there's always the guys like 10, 10, 10, 5.
Oh,
Is it
the
the French?
nasty one.
Yeah,
Okay.
isn't that
So
the-
you
isn't that
you're
the French
being
one?
the nasty one. I thought I was the nasty one tonight because I only went with a 3.
I don't know, we're going with the bad cop.
If it's French or Russian.
It's the-
I could see it being the Russian.
It depends on if it's gymnastics. If it's gymnastics, then
Uh,
and they're rating high unless you're the. I can't say that. Oh, that's how I get in trouble.
All right.
But again, just
Digress.
reminding, that's the glass to put that one in,
Yeah.
and that makes me want to go find.
Although that is a big one.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, because it's in my bar.
Well, yeah, but that's a big one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have. And if I wanted to pitch wine styles, I have the mini.
Well, but yeah,
The mini.
that's
The
a
taster.
taster. That's
Yeah.
a taster.
Yeah.
So that's one nice thing. You can get tasters of any of the beers on tap, whether it be at Beer Styles or at Wine Styles. So if you don't
Yeah.
really feel like drinking a whole big one, it's kind of nice. You can get just a little 4-ounce taster.
Yeah.
So
And this style works too. This is their Ferryman's Fuel. They came out with a few of those, so it's still Confluence. We have those.
I need to show you
Which you
how
would
to polish
think-
glasses.
Well, we had them, then they went down.
I can't.
when we drink, we get lazy.
I'm a little bit of a weirdo like that. Don't mind me.
No, we just get lazy and bring it down because we're like, this is gonna sound bad. We drank a lot during quarantine, so because of that,
like you're any
like
different than
everyone-
anybody else.
I'll say I can tell
Yeah,
in,
believe me, I know.
the weight that kind of came back that I may have drank a little in between. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one ready. So let's pop up that, and we're gonna bring it in and show. We're gonna talk about the bourbon barrel vanilla smoked porter from the. It's fine. Everyone just called it Ommegang. But its name is Brewery. I had to look it up. They put Brewery first. Brewery Ommegang, which is a very much New York thing for it when you look at a lot of theirs. But what's funny is I had to reread it and check it a few times because I thought it was wrong on Untapped, and then I had to go, out to their webpage, which I'm going to go ahead and show that. I'm going to jump the gun on this one and go to their page. So that's the Easy Eddy one, but we're going to jump to their page. They have a really, really great web page here. And that it really breaks stuff down. I really love the look of it. I've got to get up to their brewery and check it out. But they really break it down for that bourbon barrel. It's a limited release. They talk about the fermentables in there, the chocolate malt, the midnight wheat, which type of hops, the spices. They use Madagascar vanilla beans, which is something Confluence does a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked to them about that. That's on past shows that you can go back to. The yeast, they break down everything about that. They say it's 8.9. Untapped says it's higher. Again, I don't really care about the IBUs. They even break down the formats you can buy them in, which is draft and 4-pack.
IBUs or ABV? Oh yeah, you don't care about
Yeah.
the IBUs. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like I said, that's one that that's not the end all be all.
I always want to ask exactly how do they come up with IBU, and I need to figure that out if that is actually a measured version, if it's a scientific measurement, or if they just have some people in the office going,
I think it tastes like this.
That's a 28.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that.
I think there is some science.
There's got to be some
science.
There's got to be some. But
otherwise, they couldn't call it an international bitterness unit.
Yeah. Well,
it sounds awfully official.
Well, exactly. And I'm going to go ahead. I just want to show the color. That's that dark color.
As
we got. I don't know if anyone ever knows. Fun trivia out there. Do you know what the craft beer fans or the craft beer crew's names are? There's trivia. We have names for them. So when you look at them, they're not just the craft beer crew. Because for a while, it was a solo act. For a while, he was on his own.
Oh.
But very quickly,
he got a partner in crime.
Very quickly, she joined, and they got into so much trouble after. So I'm just going to let you infer your own which one's the troublemaker of those. But there is a name. They each have their own name. It's fun trivia.
I got nothing.
I give a whole 5 seconds. There's just going to be awkward silence.
I got nothing.
All right, well, I get out. So on the right, you guys still you're right. We have Tapper. His name is Tapper.
Nice.
And she is Hoppy.
With an IE.
Yeah,
nice.
Hoppy. Hoppie. So they both have six letters in their names. It's like they were meant for each other.
Aww.
But I just wanted to show. There's Tapper and Hoppy. And she's always winking. So which you just let you know she's always up to trouble. Like her real counterpart.
Maybe she has something in her eye.
Nah, I'm pretty sure.
No?
I know her real life counterpart. I think it's I think it's more that she's up to no good.
Shenanigans.
I think Hopper Tapper got into enough trouble on his own.
Yeah, we couldn't name him
Somehow
Hopper.
I can see that.
We couldn't name him Hopper because that would have been copyright for something.
Oh.
And something
Alrighty
strange. Then. Something that's strange.
Nope.
Things.
Yes.
But no, we don't do that one.
I thought maybe you were going someplace else with that one. So
no, we're good. We're good. So, just showing. See, this one says it's a 10.4. There's a few of them out there. They say this one's an Imperial Porter. If you search it, there's actually a chunk of them. So some call it American, some call it other. That's that one. I'm actually just bringing up the one that has their cool official label, which friends have rated it. It's been a 4.11. They kind of break it down. And you can see that there. I'm not going to leave it up there. I just wanted to show you guys for a second.
Yeah, this one you definitely get the smoke on this. But you get the vanilla as well. The smoke is more on the back end. But actually, it's not nearly as thick as I was expecting. Believe me, it's good and thick as far as
it's not motor oil.
Yeah. No, which the barrel age sometimes can be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is pretty good.
But let's go ahead and show, just for fun, everyone can see what the porters kind of cover. So porter is a dark style of beer developed in London from well-hopped beers made from brown malts. That's what gives it that color. The name was first recorded in the 18th century and is thought, if I pause this, because I can. Now I'm actually being smart this time. It's thought to come from the popularity with street and river porters. A substantial and malty dark beer with a complex dark flavor or flavorful dark malt. Although a rather broad style, it's up to brewer interpretation. And that's kind of what they're known for. Having said that, same thing I forgot to say before, a New England IPA doesn't have to be made in New England.
Just the
It
style.
used to.
It's
Just a style. But some people go, oh, New England IPAs can only come out of New England.
No.
No, you can be in Mexico and make one.
Now that would be
I'm waiting to see the Mexican with the, because you know how they're
version?
really big about sometimes putting chilies in there?
Yeah.
Like it would be a chili hazy.
I don't know. For me, I'm not a big fan of chili in my beer.
We had a few that were pretty good.
Yeah.
We made the mistake of building a grill. Not that part wasn't the mistake. That part was the good part. But we made a mistake of building it in the garage during summer, during August, which in Iowa, you should know, August normally sucks.
A little toasty.
We built it, it was around August. I think it was close to that time. In the garage, during summer, having beer with peppers in it. We might as well have just stood
a little
out.
Swampy.
Yeah, we might as well have just stood out under a magnifying glass in the sun and seeing if we could just die. And I love peppers, but now I'm kind of curious if I know Confluence makes their Ghostly Presence, which is a really cool pepper beer that's pretty good. They also have their Blue Lager Con Chilies, which tastes like chips and salsa.
Ooh,
because it's their blue corn lager.
Okay, yeah. So
which already has that kind of chip flavor, and then you add in chilies. It's chips and salsa. No one believes me till you try it.
No, I can see that. That would be interesting for sure. I'm
kind of curious of a juicy hazy with some peppers in it. I'm not talking crazy peppers like pepperoncinis, like jalapenos that have a little bit of that sweetness flavor to them already. I feel like there could be a collaboration if someone wants to collaborate with me. Otherwise, I guess I'm homebrewing, which is it's on. We might be doing something.
I have a friend who does. They've taken a trailer, like an old mobile home, and created a brewery.
Oh, they kind of do that with the Iowa craft beer tent.
Yep. It's so it's great. I mean, they brew beer, and then they've got, of course, a big old freezer that they put the kegs in, and that's what they use for their. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting operation.
We've joked around. Well, we talked about the he shed, she shed. Not he said, she said, but
no,
the he shed.
The shed.
To put pinball and all sorts of cool stuff in. But I've also thought, what would happen if we turned that into a mini bar in the backyard?
There you go.
Can I get away with that? It's kind of a shed. Like, can I get away? I don't think any of the homeowners will necessarily stop me if I invite them all over.
Right.
I mean, who's gonna report you when they're all drinking with you?
Well, not to mention the fact that, I mean, it all depends. Are you charging?
No.
Okay,
then. Point. It's just for fun. It'll be donation.
Yeah. Contribute to the stock. Right?
Yeah, unless you bring a keg in, you can't come in the door. Good luck.
Right.
No, but no, it was just a thought for it. But it got me thinking, like we could actually have a little bar out in the backyard. I mean, I love the bar.
I was gonna say, why would you do that when you've already got a bar down here?
Because I would have one in the backyard too.
I
don't think you understand that when we're upstairs, we just don't have to walk up and down the stairs.
Oh,
heck, if I could get away with putting one in the laundry room, I'd probably go there too. We'd have one on each floor and it'd be set.
This coming from the fitness guy,
right?
Yeah, about fitting this beer in my mouth.
Hey, you know what? We all have our vices.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I love me some craft beer.
Yes.
But no, this one's really good. I do like it because I don't get super excited or the more motor oily it is, for lack of
words are hard.
The more motor oily taste or viscosity it is,
the thicker.
I start to lose interest in it. I don't want it watery.
Honestly, to me that depends though, because sometimes those thicker ones they have all these extra flavors that just like because it coats your mouth and you get so many other flavors out of it. Whereas something that's thinner like that can just unless you're really kind of letting it hang out and tasting on it like that. Those thicker ones, it's like later on you're like, oh wait, I just caught something new on that one. So I kind of enjoy some of those thicker, heavier beers.
Let me preface that. I like it depending on the scenario and place. If you're by a fire, like a fire pit,
right.
Oh, those for some reason a good stout porter next to the fire, and the more viscous it is at that point, I'm kind of like, I got that smoke coming in the nose or something, especially a wood one compared to a gas.
Yes, so
gas still gives you some of it, just not all the way.
Well, because you're getting some of those, you're getting the olfactory, so you're getting the scent along with it, so that's enhancing some of the flavors that you're getting from the beer itself.
Well, exactly.
So,
which I will say, I was going to look. I don't think porters are on this list.
That one I would probably do in a stemmed glass, though.
A stem glass?
Yes, just because it's a bourbon barrel. It's probably, what would we figure out the ABV on that one?
Yeah, that one's high. It's 10.
Yeah, so
It's 10 something.
yeah, so that one would likely be in a stemmed glass, a smaller pour, partly for the ABV, partly for the flavor. So
although in our case it's better, it's just in a big can.
hey, large format's all right too.
Yeah, from what I understand on that one, more is better when it's the high ABV, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who come into the craft beer tent and they're like, "What's your highest alcohol beer?" It's like, the best question is saying, "What's your best beer?" But whichever way you want to go with this journey.
And those are the people that I'm like, okay, you know what? Just move along, because those are the ones that actually like Busch Light.
Well,
they just want to get the biggest bang for their buck because they're paying for it.
We do get those questions where they come in and go, "So what do you have that's Busch Light?" I'm like, I don't think there is a craft beer that does that. But I will say there is a good beer to transfer people who have, if you do like Busch Light or if you're newer into beers, there's another one called Gable.
Yep.
And that Gable is a nice light beer, but it's like Busch Light if Busch Light had flavor.
Yes.
Which I'll probably get
not Warren County
Busch
water
Light or something.
It is what it is.
But hopefully Single Speed comes to my rescue. But I will say there's a place for Busch Light, and you can enjoy it in college and all that when you're coming up. But when you want to refine a little bit more and you're still working your way into it, that is it's still a great summer pounder if you want to. That one's pretty good.
So if you're trying to transfer from the Bud Light, the Busch Light, the typical light beers, lagers and pilsners are two really good options. Technically, I think Bud is a pils. I
don't think they make anything that's not a pilsner. Do they have a lager now?
They might have. They've been branching out some. I don't know that it's a whole lot, but
it was like that the pilsner, the American pilsner.
So, but if you're ever at a craft beer spot and there is not Bud Light or Busch Light or a light beer, and you're trying to figure out a way to bridge that gap, go for a lager or a pilsner. Those are generally going to be lighter, a little bit easier to drink, and a quick easy shift from those light beers. So.
If you're into fitness, those lighter ones tend to have a little less calories, but you're really getting down to like 5 or 10 calories.
Right. It's not a huge difference.
In which case, drink your beer and do 10 squats. It comes out
right.
If anything, you're getting in shape. Like right now,
drink what you like.
I'm just running in place this whole time so I can drink more. It's not. I went to the bathroom before, I swear.
So he's not doing the pee dance.
Maybe. Maybe.
We are drinking.
But I also, just for fun, while I'm thinking of it, because I like playing with my cool new toys, I was going to show everyone else. Don't forget, you can subscribe. So if you don't know or haven't done it, I'm going to come over here, turn this back off. We'll talk more about that. But you can subscribe on Facebook. Just look for Glitch 2600. Really hard to find. Not really. You can subscribe on YouTube. Use that URL, but because I'm lazy, just hover over that QR code. But again, because I like cool graphics.
Are you going for a pony too?
Like and subscribe. Yes, I'm going for it. I just got to beat Brian to it. I don't think it's going to happen. I think he got ahead of me, so that's not going to happen. But
you boys and your ponies.
But I'm going to go ahead and also say, you can follow us there on Untapped. So if you hover over that, or if you look for 2600 on Untapped, you will see we have a cool list already that shows all the past beers. So if I come back over here and show you, if you come into the Glitch 2600 profile, there's one that says Glitch Happy Hour. You click in there, and that'll show all the beers we've had, and then you'll see what we ranked them. So you can come in there and see that at any point after. Again, if you're new on here, come say hi. If you have questions or have craft beers that you would like us to cover in the future, you can still say that too. If you have questions on craft beer, if you are a brewery and want to talk to us, we're not asking for free stuff. That's in fact not anywhere my thing for it. We
it wouldn't hurt
support. I won't turn down sponsorship. But if you have something cool that's coming out and you want to share and let people know, by all means, we would love to feature it. Like I said, I'm a beer geek. You're a beer geek. She's a beer geek. All of us like all the stuff. If there's something cool coming or something cool you'd like us to know and share out,
we want to know.
We don't mind being in the know and sharing it and letting other people know. So, but otherwise you can like, subscribe, all that fun stuff and do that. Otherwise, I'm going to get back to the beer at hand. We're going to talk about that one because we've got to rate it. And I should probably rate this one. And this one is actually one I like a fair amount.
I'm gonna go 4.25 on that one, but this is my style. So yeah. I like the porters. I like stouts. That's kind of where I hang out. Although this summer I've been drinking a lot of sours actually.
We should ask Aaron. So Aaron, what's your rating from the gallery?
I gave this one a 4.
Woo!
Wow, we are nowhere alike at all. Since I gave it a 4, we should.
You're badging.
Yeah, I
got
guess
some stinking badges.
I like getting those. I almost want a sash, like a Girl Scout, Boy Scout sash.
For
We'll just start making badges for it.
Your beer badges.
So if Untapped wants to come out and do this for me.
Oh,
no
and you walk into a tap room with your sash.
I'll be like, this is my photographic brew number 52. I'm a level 52 on there because I photograph way too much freaking beer with the craft beer kids. If anyone's curious, just for fun, I'm going to flip over here. Because we do have the craft beer kids.
I'm going to make you a sash, Brian.
Well, I'll say, if I pop over here, let me turn this off.
So it'd have to be kind of a yellow color.
So I'm going to turn that one off. But if I show, we do have fun, cool photos of the craft beer kids. So all the time. We've got that one. Which maybe I should turn off this so everyone can see it. If I'd stop being lazy. There we go. Craft beer kid. They go out on location. They can come to your party if you're providing drinks too. But
they're celebrities. Just so
they like to go out for bike rides. You remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah was part of that bike ride. And then for fun, they've been obviously out to Confluence. That was before everything.
Before we couldn't go anywhere. Dip in one of the beers.
Yeah. Tapper may have fallen in. I think Hoppy pushed him. But he may have had it.
Was it hot out? Did they need to cool off?
I think he probably had it coming. Because his counterpart normally has it coming.
Right on.
I mean, I'm not saying that's me, but yeah. I mean,
not
you can tell by the hair and headband. That we look so much alike.
Right.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, the headband for sure. The headband tells it all right there. That's it.
That's my normal look. I carry that red hair. That's not Hercules.
I was going to say, and that's actually, you know what? That's funny because that is very much the Hercules look.
Because it came from Hercules.
Did it? Okay, I was going to say.
We stole that from the Hercules set. We have more. So I have a whole series where she's attacking him with a sword. So if I go into if we go into my fun photos, so we rank that one. Let me go into my profile. I think I have my beers in. Or where is there no photo? Oh, there's my photos. We're gonna share for fun. We have obviously Tabber's been a few, but yeah, we've got. She's knocking him down while he's carrying the Hercules sword or the shield.
Yeah. Smoke a lot. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah. There's been a few.
Oh yeah.
There's been a few. Yeah, they were originally just friends for it. Just this going and storming the castle until she attacked them. I mean, this is how the night. He
probably had it coming.
Again, this is how the night started. They were just hanging out. He's wearing his hat sideways like
a punk.
And then he donned his hair. You could tell. How did he fit all that hair under that hat? And then they brought out swords.
Oh, they had too much to drink. They obviously had too much to drink.
This may have been part of the brewfest, but you can see there's a Starcourt IPA, Big Grove.
Nice.
And then, Sir Mokalot brings out the destructive nature of Hoppy, I think.
It happens to the best of us.
But yeah, there's some fun stuff in there. They get into some shenanigans. They hang out at the Court Ave.
Porter in the Court. I love that. That's awesome.
And so, yeah, those ones are all there. They hang out in glasses. This is where, before she pushed them in, into the stuff, hanging out in front. I mean, they're practically holding hands on that one.
Oh.
And then she's more important, so she stepped forward on that one.
Well, as it should be.
But yeah, they do all sorts of stuff. They'll go cool places and hang off glasses. They're very much adventurous before pushing them into stuff. So, but like I said, he used to be on his own. This is him just doing stupid stuff everywhere.
Well, he's like guys do when they're on their own.
He's like a parkour champion. You see, he's just hanging off from everything. That's just what he does. But no, yeah, I gave this one a 4. I do like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I do like it,
it's
but like I
me.
said, I am now the French judge, so
Doggy.
whatever works.
Right on.
But yeah, we told everyone how to subscribe. We told them all that other cool stuff. But again, if you want to see some cool stuff, we might be doing some after hours, some postscript.
A little PS.
PS on the we're going to show a cool place downtown if we do. Which, if you're in Des Moines, great. If you're not, then you can just suck it. I mean,
weep and
then you can come
and
visit.
yearn to come visit.
But actually, we got to get back to drinking. If there's nothing else, anything else you want to talk about?
I say we drink.
Yeah. So we're going to drink. If you guys aren't out there talking, catch us on the replay. Talk to us about it. Let us know times at work if you want us to do another happy hour soon. Otherwise, we're going to keep doing it on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Seems to work for most people. We'll probably go back to our regular schedules next week, depending on... I'm doing a pickleball league on Sundays, so we can't do late Sundays, but otherwise we're pretty open. I mean, I could do it from pickleball. I'll look terrible. I'll do a live there. Just be like, and we're drinking.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
I can't play any worse. Let's just put it that way. At that point, we're not going to lose more than losing. We're still going to lose.
Well, so then you guys need
Just
a camera
happy
crew for your pickleball.
We'll say. That, or I need a pinch hitter. How are you at pickleball?
I'm all right.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
You kind of look like a Brian.
Yeah. Well,
Well, it depends which Brian. We get you the bald cap like Alex did.
Right?
And you could be Brian. But otherwise, thanks for everyone who joined. Thanks for Brian and Andrew jumping on. We love talking to you guys.
And again, thanks for throwing it off the rails there, B-Man.
In the best way.
Yes, of course. Because we love you.
And again, catch us on YouTube. Catch us here. We'll post this up. Ask your questions. Catch us on the Tech Tuesday. We'll be posting that up here soon. We'll be doing that on Tuesday. Let us know for the bits and bites. We do have a lot more stuff coming here soon. It's just been a busy time. It's summer. Otherwise, we do have an Apple Watch series coming very, very, very soon. I've only been talking about it forever.
Couple more berries.
So it's going to come. I'm going to get sick about not doing it one day, and it's just going to happen. And finish. So we have cool new assets. As you can tell, we're trying to add to the production value. That only took like 2.5 hours today to pop up to make those pop out ones, but we're going to keep doing it. It's going to get better and faster, and we'll keep sharing if you guys have questions on how to do that. So that'll be good. Thanks, Sarah, for joining.
Cheers, everybody.
And time to go drink.
Wait, my glass is empty.
Oh, we're going to pour more. So
of course.
All right. See you guys later.